My name is Christian Mehta, and I'm a member of the Carnegie Council. I love the Council because of the opportunity it provides me to be exposed to thinkers and leaders from around the world and to broaden my perspective. But we need your help. To ensure the future of programs such as these, please support the Council's fund drive. Visit carnegiecouncil.org and click Donate/Join. Thank you.
So the first two functions of a global ethic are to interrogate the particularism of a nation state and custom at the community level. The third function is to interrogate universalism itself. And here I'm trying to set up a contrast between the global ethic we've been talking about and now the global ethics. And the ways in which global ethic in the singular is a critique of global ethics in the plural. Now, what is the global ethics I'm talking about? I'm talking about four basic pillars of law put into place between 1945 and 1952, the UN Charter, the UN Declaration of Human Rights, the Geneva Conventions, and the Refugee Convention. If you'd ask me, what is the moral structure of the post-war world? It's those four pillars. And that's why I say we don't have to reinvent the wheel in ethical terms. We've got an incredible historical achievement here, imperfect as it is, but it's a legally codified fabric of ethical conventions that have been ratified by peoples around the world, and that to some degree, and I teach this stuff Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, to some degree constrain the behavior of states. Not so much, but some, a little bit. The one point I want to make about these four pillars, and that's why the pillar metaphor doesn't work so well, is that they conflict with each other. They support the framework, but there's something about these pillars that needs to be noticed. The Charter priority on sovereign equality of states contradicts the UDHR priority on human rights. The Geneva Conventions, this is a contradiction not often discussed, the Geneva Conventions prioritize civilian protection in war, while the UDHR prioritizes the right to life and has basically a pacific set of moral assumptions where the Geneva Conventions basically says the boys are going to fight, and our moral problem is to keep this from being too destructive. They're two very different approaches to the issues of human conflict. The third one is the Refugee Convention, which insists on rights for refugees, but the quid pro quo is accepting the privileged status of citizens, which doesn't sit very easily with a global ethic which says, why should we privilege citizens over strangers? These are familiar ethical contradictions, and I'm not going to explore them in detail, but I just want to put them out there lest we think we live in a non-contradictory ethical world. The basic framework we live in is in conflict, constant conflict. And it's important to understand that and respect that. Pluralism is not just a phenomenon of different faiths, different classes, different religions. The pluralism is built into universalism itself. The conflict in the basic founding structure, ethical structure of our world is important to, and that's one of the functions of a global ethic, is to elucidate these contradictions.